Alright, my friends, so now we've got our minions walking around and following the player, but let's set up their ability to be sent or told where to go. So we'll set this up to where we'll be able to pick a point and send them off to either interact with triggers, doors, weight plates, or even enemies. I just like watching them fight. Alright, so first thing we need to do is in our minion folder, I'm going to right click, go to blueprints, and add a blueprint interface. This will be minion commands underscore BPI. I'm going to double click and open that up. I'm going to set the first one, make it called move. For the inputs, I'm going to add a new one called location and change it to a vector. And then under functions, I'm going to add one more called recall. Thought about calling it semi-partial recall instead of like total recall, but that's just stupid. So in the player blueprint, I'm going to go to under class settings and add that minion commands blueprint interface. So class settings, under the details panel, interfaces, add minion commands. Compile, go to the minion class settings and do the same thing. This will let these two... I shouldn't try to talk and type at the same time. I can't do either one very well. This will let these two blueprints talk back and forth together pretty easily. So with that done, let's set up an input. So in the project settings under input, I'm going to add two action mappings. One called send, that I'm going to make one on the keyboard. The second one called recall, that'll be two on the keyboard. With that done, inside the player blueprint, I'm going to go over to some empty space, right click, and type in that action event. So for the first one, we're going to get send, because recall is pretty easy, so we'll just go through the send right now. So for the send, we want to find out first if the character is doing anything else that might make it to where they can't do this. So a branch first, B left click if you forget. Drag out the aiming, teleporting, and summoning. You can grab, if you're holding left control on the keyboard and then drag one out, it automatically makes it a get node. If you're holding alt, it makes it a set node. Or you can just drag it out and then select. But off of the top one, I'm going to drag out and type OR. Add a pin so that we can compare all three variables. Move this up, move that up, hook that up. And so long as these are all false, then we want to do something. What we want to do, we're going to add a boolean and call it sending. I'm going to add a question mark. Sending. So we'll add another branch. So if all these are false, then we'll find out if we're already sending. And if we're not, then we want to set that to true. And because in the other one the camera didn't really lift up very well, but we're just going to reuse this summon cam because it's about where I would want it to be for sending the minions around. So I'm going to call that summon cam. And then I'm going to add a custom event of a send trace. And then another one, custom event, send trace update. Now in the last video we went over all that, so instead of going all over that again, I'm just going to copy and paste some stuff, so save y'all a little time. You don't have to see everything all over again that we've covered already. So I'm going to grab that portion. Yeah, to hell with it. We'll do it one more time. pretty simple stuff. So you want to do align trace by channel. I'm just going to run through it real quick since we've done it before. Drag out the follow camera. Get world location. That's the start. Forward vector. Vector plus vector. Vector times float. Hook that up. This one is going to be set to about 2000, whereas the last one was at like 1500. So you can either copy paste and alter variables, or you can just rebuild it. So we'll break the hit result and add a branch. If it doesn't hit, then we want to custom event, call it recheck, just like the retry in the other one. Retriggerable delay, 0.01 for the time on that. Call the recheck on the false, but if true, then we want to spawn actor from class at this location, actor being our target point. And this time when we promote it to a variable, we'll call it send target, and then we'll call the send trace update. And then for that one, what we can do is just grab all of this, minus U and U, Control C, Control V, get rid of that retriggerable delay, oops. 2000, yeah, alright. And then if it's a blocking hit, then we want to set actor location. Grab our send target, drag it out, drag off it, see if it is valid. Hook that up to the executable. Is valid, then we want to set its place. If not, we want to do nothing. Target is that, location is the hit. Alright, then we want to add a retriggerable delay. Hook the false to there, that to there. I'm going to set the time to about 0.01. So off the false, it doesn't hit anything. We still want to try to check to see if we'll add a branch, if we're still trying to send. And if we are, then we do our send trace update again. Alright, and if we're not, well, then we don't want to do anything. So if we are sending, then we want to do the summon cam, but if we aren't sending, then we want to do that. But if we are already, then we want to drag out our send target, find out if it's still valid. And if it is, then we want to get its location, get the location of it, promote that to a variable called move2. Drag all this, move it over a little bit, grab our set sending node, Control C, Control V. Holding Control, you can drag, if you hold left Control and grab one of these wires, you can detach it and move it wherever you want. Like if I wanted to hook it back to here, hook it back to there, etc. I'm going to set that to false. So we want to set the send target, if it's valid, we want to set its location to a variable. Then we can drag off here and type destroy actor for that. This is getting messy. So I'm just going to do that. That'll make it look a little bit better. So we'll destroy it. We want to do unsummon cam so that the camera sends or returns to its normal play position. then we want to get all actors with interface. The interface being the one we set up at the beginning. So minion commands, drag off the array, do a for each loop. This will make it run through each instance of an actor that has this array. Blueprint interface. And for each array element, meaning each minion that you have summoned, we want to call that move to. Should be a mess. What did I call it? Send, right? Yeah. No. Move. So we'll drag off and type move. Move message. There it is. So under class, it'd be under that blueprint interface, and then move. We'll hook the loop body to that. Drag out our move to variable so that they all move to that location, and then at the very end, drag out the send target. Do one more is valid, just because a lot of checks and balances. It just helps to make sure everything functions smoothly and don't get errors. And if it well, we've already done that. We don't gotta do that. It's 6 in the morning. I'm tired. Alright, so that should be what we is needing. Let's test it out real quick. So I push 1, the camera moves up. But I ain't getting anything. Oh. Right. Alright. So after the send on the false, if we're not sending when we're set, we are sending now. Do the summon cam. Then it probably helps to call our send trace function. And then now when we go in, I hit 1. There's that bad boy. Alright, and then be gone. You did not move. Oh. Probably because I haven't told them in their blueprint what to do yet. So right click somewhere in the minions event graph, do event move. We're gonna set their behavior mode to null. AI move to destination is our move to location. Pawn is self. And acceptance radiance works. Let's just do 50 so they're not crowding each other. Alright, now let's give that a shot. There they go. Now they're off and running. And they'll stay there perpetually because now we can set up our recall function. So we'll go back into our player blueprint, type recall to get that action event that we set up. You want to make sure it says action event. So you'll see right now I've got event recall, function recall, recall interface, blah blah blah. But this under input is the one you want because that's the actual key command. So under recall, then we want to get all actors with interface. The interface being our minion commands. Drag off the out actors and do a for each loop. And then we just want to do a recall message. Now back in the minion, under type in recall, make sure it's this event recall. And then we will just set the behavior mode to follow. And then call our behavior unit again. So now go forth and conquer. Way to change my mind. Go that direction. But come back. Go up there. Oh, you ain't going up there. Go. Go up there. Go up there. Let me look it down on him. Can't get there. Go there. So yeah, you can vent. Oh, he fell. Now you can send them around as you like. And then when you call them back, they'll come back to you and follow you just like normal. Pretty nifty, right? I like it. I like it. So, in the next one, we'll probably set up a trigger system for them to interact with so that they can step on like pressure plates or interact with switches or something so that you can open a door while they hold the lever down. That kind of thing. So, be seeing y'all in the next one. Wait, let's exit just to make sure no errors. Alright. See y'all in the next one.